Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're gonna get back into more foodie beauty content. I know it's been a while, we haven't done a lot of foodie content, and I'm way behind, but we're gonna be catching up a little bit right now. So let's just get straight into the video, shall we?
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So, this is going to be a weigh-in discussion kind of video, as you saw from the opening. I did say yesterday I was going to have Salah film me getting on the scale, but then I'm like...
We're not even 30 seconds into the video, and she's already out of breath. Like, girl, you're sitting down. Why are you out of breath?
I just, sometimes he's busy and like he's not around when I want to weigh myself, or he's still sleeping, or which was the case today when I woke up. I want to weigh myself right in the morning when I wake up and, have an empty stomach, and I like to do it without any, getting all dressed up and everything. So, that's what I did. I weighed myself, and, I showed you the scale because, I'm not gonna, I don't care what haters say, about the scale. I just wanted to show you once and for all that it can't be tampered with. There's no tar option or whatever it's called. There's no setting the scale, whatever, okay?
Right, foodie, first and foremost, you don't need your husband in order to film. You don't have to wake him up. You don't have to annoy him while he's eating or he's trying to do something else, aka hitting on other women. You can easily film yourself on a tripod and then delete any parts you don't want filmed. Like, edit your videos. It's pretty easy. Secondly, there's no reason to have a tar option on a set of scales for human weights because you don't need to tar anything. Like, that's kind of pointless. Like, if you're measuring with something else, that kind of makes sense, but then even then, if you're going to be measuring with something else, you just weigh something else afterwards. Like, if you're wearing clothes, you weigh the clothes afterwards. If you're wearing a towel, you weigh the towel afterwards. That type of stuff. It doesn't make sense to have a tar option on human scales. And third, you are so deeply concerned about haters perceive you that you rage post 24/7. You film for the haters. You do everything that revolves just around the haters. And you can say you don't, but you and Amber do it all the time. And it's understandable. Human nature, we want to fit in. We want people to accept us. We want to be able to have a community of love and acceptance. But when you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person. Now, just accept the hate and actually, just say it, just straight up. I film for the haters. Like, most people would respect you more if you just say that.
Salah does weigh himself with that scale, and it's accurate for him, so... that's good enough for me. If it's not good enough for my haters, I don't care. That whatever, who cares?
Again, if the haters don't matter, why do you keep bringing them up?
Yeah, so that's what my weigh-in is, and I'm really happy because it's going down. Alhamdulillah.
I think what you meant to say was that it's going down for now because you only need one small inconvenience and you're just going to eat to the nines.
So in Bangkok, the last time I weighed myself was on this like weird sketchy street scale out front of 7-Eleven that you put one baht in. That's their currency there. And it was too narrow this way, and I'm like this way. So, I had a hard time. I had to hang on to the back of the scale. But it was wavering between around 164 and 165 kg. So I'm not sure how accurate that is.
164 kg. That is actually pretty wild. Like, I would assume that I am taller than her. I'm also a man, so my highest weight was 142, so not far off. But thinking about someone who's probably a good few inches shorter than I am, on top of that, as a man, you're supposed to weigh a little bit more than women in general, body type reasons, but for that type of aspect, like, that is crazy to think about. Also, if you're holding on to something, that would affect your weight because you're taking the weight and you're placing it on something else. So your weight would probably be less than what it would be on the scales. Like, you shouldn't be grabbing onto something, and if you don't fit on the scales, it's probably a good measure of whether or not it's actually going to work properly for you.
But it was probably around there because that's usually my weight when I'm not doing too well. It goes up into the 60s, 160s kg. So, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I think that's around 153 kg is about 339 pounds. So I'm around there, 339, 340.
Hold on, you said 164, 165, and now you're 153. Where exactly did the 12 kilos go? So, like, why are you going 153 is X amount in pounds? Like, you're supposed to be saying 164 is X amount of pounds, which I was 142, that's around 110, 115. So, I'm going to assume that's what, like another 20 to 30 pounds on top of that. So, that would be around a similar amount to what she is. So, like, that's really not good for you. I don't understand where the 12 kilos went, unless I may have ignored her at the first part, but I don't think she mentioned her weight before that, did she?
So yeah. So what have I been doing? And I know I've been here all the time. I usually get down to the low 150s and then I go off track. So, but I have to say, guys, this time my mentality is different. Maybe this will be the time, you know?
No, Foodie, nothing has changed. Your mentality has not changed in the slightest. You're currently just going through a high right now. And the moment you go down from there, because you can only go down from a high, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when you have FFG in your live streams? What's going to happen when you have Yaba messaging or commenting about you or posting a video about you? What's going to happen when people criticize you not getting your cat spayed or neutered or whatever? What's going to happen when you get criticized in the slightest? Because we all know that you will rage post and then you will eat. You will eat to comfort yourself. So what's going to happen when you do that? Because right now you're going through a high, but what happens when you go through a low? Have you mentally prepared? Have you worked on yourself so that way you won't go into those states where you have to go to food for comfort? Because I can assure you it's not going to happen. And I know she's going to follow up with some stupid shit of like, I'm ready for this, or I'm going to have my off track days, but I'm ready and I'm focused. I can work myself through it or something like that. I know she's going to say something because I know this woman just way too well at this point. I know she's going to say, I'm ready for it or some shit like that. And she's not. She's not ready for it. She's never going to be ready for it, honestly, because she's not ready to do the mental work just yet.
And I'm not saying that there's not going to be ups and downs. There's definitely going to be downs. I'm sure, you know, I'm ready for them though. Bring it on. Bring it on. And I feel like I don't even want to falter right now. I don't want to binge eat. I don't want to you know, give in. I just want to keep going and doing what I'm doing. Except last night when I was laying in bed and
Jesus ever Christ, Foodie. You haven't even started the diet yet and you're already faltering. And like, I knew she was going to say that. I haven't even watched your video and I knew she was going to say some stupid shit and then follow it up with even more stupid shit. Like, my God. Why did these women prove me right every single time?
you know, we were going to sleep. I kind of had this like little feeling that, you know, thinking of all the cheese in my fridge and all the food I could go eat, food I could make, you know, whatever I have in my house, I would find something. And then I thought, no, like, no, just tell yourself no. You're not gonna. It didn't last long and it wasn't very intense, so alhamdulillah for that as well.
Alright, you've done it once, but what's going to happen when you're 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks into the journey? Are you going to continue saying no? Or are you going to eventually break? Like, that comes down to whether or not you have done the mental work in order to deal with the mental load.
So what I'm kind of doing, I don't even want to label it. I'm just aiming for no binge eating, and eating, I don't know, like eating less, I guess. Eating less. I'm not totally depriving myself, although I haven't eaten any junk food. I still have my one chocolate bar. The other one was finished over a few days, so this one is still there. I haven't had any yet. I haven't been craving chocolate, so when I have a chocolate craving, I'll just have a couple squares of that, maybe like a row. Anyway, so I've just been like eating. The formula I've been doing is eating 3 meals and 1 snack. So at night, like when we watch a movie together, I'll usually have like a small miniature size bag of potato chips. And I've only been drinking water, no diet soda, no regular soda. I've been eating satiating meals, and I've been eating in between those meals. Like sometimes I like to include some fruit. So sorry, I've been eating 3 meals. One like kind of junky snack at night, just a small one. And I have some fruit. Like if I'm really, you know, craving something sweet, or I'm kind of hungry in between, I'll have like some fruit. You know, so I have a lot of fruit, grapes, banana, which is nice because the bananas are not going to go bad. I'm not going to have to like chuck them in the bin. I hate wasting food. It really makes me feel bad.
A lot of people, especially dietitians, do recommend eating smaller meals, multiple smaller meals, so that way you keep yourself fuller for longer, and that way, even though you're not filling yourself completely up, at least you don't have to worry about, oh wow, I feel really hungry, but I can't eat. Where if you have a couple of small meals, it doesn't really matter as much if you want to have something a little extra, because it's 6 smaller meals or 7 smaller meals. It depends on how you break it up. And with Foodie, she says fruits. Okay, cool, but a lot of fruits are very high in sugar. There are a lot of fruits that do have things that you probably shouldn't be eating a lot of, especially bananas and grapes. They're some of the worst stuff you can have. Like, some people don't know how just bad bananas and grapes can be, especially when you overdo it. So, yeah, that's probably not the best, especially when she is a type 2 diabetic as well. So you got to be very careful with the fruit. Just because it's fruit doesn't mean it's good.
So yeah, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for lunch today. I'm going to put a bit of hot sauce. So I have here some tuna, with some mayo, yellow mustard, a whole bunch of fresh dill. I love it. Black pepper. And I'm going to put a bit of hot sauce on there. By the way, this is my hot sauce. There's still plenty. And we're going to mix that. I gave my cat a little bit because yesterday she guilt tripped me. I don't give her much, just a little bit. I know too much is not good, so too much of anything is not good for anybody. That's the whole point of my lifestyle change, is just to try to be more moderation, you know.
Right message, definitely the wrong messenger though.
Okay, so we have some tuna. I have some of this stuff here left over. So it's like a mixture of cucumber, parsley, tomato, red onion, and this like feta cheese mixture. I have some pita chips. And I've been eating this. This is like one of my favorite things. It's so good. So yeah, I'll just have a bite with you guys. So I just kind of take the veggies and like that, and beauty bite. Bismillah. So for breakfast, I've had, usually what I've been having is just like, I had today a slice of multigrain toast, and I put a little bit of butter on it. And I put some scrambled egg with cheese on it. And I made some homemade potatoes. That's all I had. And then I had a bit of mango. Now I'm having this. So for dinner, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna make.
Cheese is going to be the hard thing for her because she overdoes it way too much with cheese. She will put it on everything. Like, I understand she's, you know, Canadian. They're known for their poutine and stuff like that. But Jesus Christ, Foodie, I love myself some cheese, but you do it way too much. Like, I get sick just looking at how much cheese you eat on a daily basis.
But I took out some ground beef, and I'm thinking that I'm going to make meatballs, like kofta, and eat it with like rice or something like that, and some salad. So yeah, I'm just trying to eat, you know, like a normie when it comes to food.
I will fully admit I love rice. I will not compensate on rice. I will not exchange it. I will not change it out for healthier versions. I don't care what people say. Rice is good. I enjoy my rice. The healthier stuff is shit. It tastes like shit and the texture is shit. It's just shit. I don't like it. I've tried it so many times and I hate it. I will not exchange my rice. And I know for a fact that Foodie probably thinks the exact same way as I do, and she will not budge on rice either.
Basically, somebody whose hormones work properly when it comes to, you know, hunger regulation, somebody who's not obsessed with food, doesn't have an issue with food, food addiction, food eating disorder, somebody who just can eat just to live and, you know, is moderate about their pleasure with food. So that's that. That's basically what I'm doing right now. We do have the treadmill coming. So that will be, we're not going to put it in the bedroom because if we wait for the bedroom to be cleared out, like, never going to happen. So, we just don't have like, we don't have storage or closets here. So the spare room is kind of where we keep our things. So, I'm going to, Salah's going to rearrange the couches in the living room, and we plan on putting the treadmill here facing the ocean so that I can face the ocean when I'm using the treadmill. That will be really nice. It's like peaceful and calming. I don't know.
I do agree with the treadmill. I just think it's something that it's going to kind of make her stay inside. Like, you should use it to get to the point where you're able to go outside, but she's going to use it as a thing to stay inside, because it's going to be another reason to, oh, well, I could just do this instead of going outside, which in reality, you should be working up the stamina in order to go outside with your husband. Go out for 20 to 30 minutes, walk up some stairs, go on an incline, go get a coffee or something with your husband, just something nice, you know, get some vitamin D in that doesn't revolve around you going out and get something to eat afterwards. Just something really quick, easy, just a little bit of fun, get you out for 30 minutes a day.
So that's the plan. So that will be coming soon. Then, yeah, I plan on moving more when that comes. Not just when that comes, but I didn't want to incorporate too much exercise right now because I don't want to get overwhelmed with the new lifestyle change. I'm trying to do kind of like one change at a time kind of thing. And then I'll incorporate like more of an exercise routine in the future, and it will probably be like, instead of doing 30 minutes all at once, I'll probably break it up into like sections because that's just so much easier. But I've been doing like, you know, vigorous housework, cleaning things I never really cleaned before, you know. So I've been doing a lot of, you know, bending and lifting and or mopping and stuff like that, and just like trying to keep the home really clean, cleaning a lot of the kitchen because I've been cooking more. So, and you know, I know these are all normie people things, like I said, normies, because for me it's hard. Like,
I do understand the Normies is like a joke to her, but at the same time, it almost comes off as incredibly condescending, as if she herself has some just hatred for people not having an ED, or for people who have an ED but addressed it early. Like, you're the one that's stuck with it in your 20s and 30s and 40s. You're the one that gave yourself type 2 diabetes. You're the one that gave yourself essentially sciatica and severe back pain and everything else. Like, all of this is caused by your own doing. And regardless of whether people want to accept it or not, you gave yourself the ED. You're the one that made yourself develop a coping mechanism around food. Like, you chose to do that. You ignored the signs. And regardless of whether or not, like, you developed it as a child, which I developed it as a child too, doesn't matter. Because I knew what I was doing even as a child, and I was like, all right, probably shouldn't be doing this, but I ignored the red flags anyway. So she would have to actively know that she was doing the same thing too. And I can't be the only one that saw the red flags in which I was doing and just continued doing it anyway because it made me feel good. Also, no, cleaning is not the same thing as exercise. It really isn't. You don't just mop and like, all right, cool, I'm done working out for the day.
this lifestyle change. So, yeah, somebody, you know, with depression and like limited mobility before I get tired, it's just very hard to keep up with these things sometimes. So, but yeah, that's what I've been keeping busy with, and Um, yeah, so between normal life things and just doing content and live streams and, you know, everyday life stuff and planning meals and cooking more, it's keeping me pretty busy. So, yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys with that. On my weight, I will keep regular updates throughout. I did do an accountability cheese check last night on my live stream, showing all the cheese I had left, which was quite a bit. Barely made a dent in that big order of cheese.
Oh my god, an accountability check for cheese. Girl, do you know how bad that sounds? Like, you have to go on live stream to hold yourself accountable for the amount of cheese you have. Also, yes, if you're gonna do an order, probably don't order like 7 different forms of cheeses. Like, that's not good, that's not healthy, especially for you, knowing you probably wake up 1, 2 in the morning, run to the kitchen, or at least waddle to the kitchen, and like gorge on a bag of shredded cheese.
Maybe I'll buy less next time because whenever, like I said in my live stream last night, whenever you don't eat as much and you eat like normal portions, you find that you have so much food. So I think I, realized that I just consume way too much and I don't really need all this stuff. So
Should I say that I'm surprised that a 40-year-old just figured out the more that you eat, the less that you have in your house?
that's good because that also saves money on grocery bill and you can put that towards other things. So yes, so I'm really enjoying so far. I'm feeling really, gung ho about it and like, yella, let's go. Like I feel undefeated. So yes. That's about it, I guess. I just wanted to give you a weigh-in update and I hope you're all doing very well today. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna eat my lunch. Bye, guys.
That poor woman has no idea how bad those crashes are gonna be. Like, she is gonna go downhill from here, and it is gonna be really bad. But thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, let me know how you enjoy the new editing style for the gameplay. Like, I completely understand if some people don't like it, but I feel like people would generally do prefer this over maybe the wombat. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, obviously you guys are going to see him in the beginning and you're also going to see him at the end, so it's like the best of both worlds for people. So people get some interesting gameplay if they're interested. I know that a lot of people, like myself included, we don't even really watch the videos, we just listen to the stuff in the background while we do other stuff, so that's also completely understandable. So most people will probably be like, I don't care. Like, do whatever you want. But I feel like some people would probably enjoy the gameplay. Just let me know how, it goes. I really appreciate it. But thank you again for all the people who watched. And as always, I hope to see you lovely people again in the next one. Bye-bye.